Sit yourself comfortably on a chair with your feet touching the floor, placing your feet about hip width apart and keeping your knees in line with your toes. Now just try to relax your thighs and your pelvis and let your abdomen soften. Now just gently circle your shoulders, hunching and releasing. As you breathe in, hunch them up to your ears and release them back down as you let go and exhale. Let your arms now just hang down to your sides and imagine melting your shoulder blades down to your waist. Feeling yourself lengthening your spine all the way up from the very base of your back, up between your shoulder blades and out through the top of your head, as if a golden cord is just lifting you to the ceiling, lengthening you. Try to become aware of feeling the stretch across your chest and all the way down your arms as you just let them hang to your sides, making sure your rib cage is nice and relaxed, not poking forward. Overall, a sense of lengthening, opening and stretching. Now become aware of your pelvis and just try gently tilting your pelvis just a little way back and then tilting it a little way forward again. Try and feel the rocking sensation in your pelvis without letting the rest of your body collapse. Move between flattening your back and gently arching your back, making the movement smaller until you come to a neutral position, allowing your lower back to be just slightly curved, still lengthening through your spine. This is what we refer to as neutral spine, and we're going to use throughout the exercises. So let's see how this translates to the standing position. Using the same principles as in sitting, we're going to find neutral spine. So stand with your feet hip width apart, toes very slightly turned out. Working up the body, we're going to balance each area in turn, starting by feeling the weight in the feet, slightly rocking forward and back, coming to rest so that your weight is even between the balls of your feet and your heels, toes relaxed. Now clench and release your knees. Just let your kneecap drop slightly as you release. Relax your thighs and the pelvis and let your abdomen soften. Move the shoulders round and back to release any tension, hunching them up as you breathe in and release as you exhale. Feel yourself stretching your middle fingers all the way down to the floor. Also feel that lovely stretch across your chest and down your arms, allowing your shoulder blades to melt down towards your waist. Imagine lengthening your spine all the way up from the base of your back and out through the top of your head, as if that golden cord is just lifting you to the ceiling. Make sure your ribcage is nice and relaxed, not letting it poke forward at all, just a lovely sensation of lengthening, opening and stretching. Very slightly tilt your pelvis forward and back until you feel you've come to rest in that neutral position. We're now going to work on the breathing technique that we call thoracic breathing, which makes it easier for us to control all our movements for strengthening our core abdominals and our back area. Just place your hands onto your lower rib cage so you can feel your chest moving as you breathe in and out. Relax your shoulders and keeping a neutral spine, just make sure your weight is still even in your feet. Concentrate on your breath, nice and relaxed, just breathing broad and wide into your back. Feel your ribs expanding widthwise under your hands, your breath broadening your back and opening your chest. As you exhale, feel your ribs soften again. Just spend a few minutes feeling this type of breathing, making sure that you're not breathing down into your abdominals, but broad and wide into the thoracic area. We can now combine this breathing with engaging the deep abdominal muscles that we call the transverse abdominis, or the TA for short. Imagine a corset around the whole abdominal area. This is your TA. It sits beneath the other main abdominal muscles and is the one that we use for strengthening this whole area and for stabilizing your lower back in particular. Inhale, and as you exhale, just imagine that you're drawing this corset tighter around your whole waist area, drawing your navel back towards your spine. Pull it in as tight as you can and just keep breathing. Now slowly release the corset so it's only about 50% pulled in. Just keep breathing gently and try and release that corset a little bit further so it's about at 30%. Now let it release all the way down to 0. Try that again, and this time just draw the corset in to 50% and release it down to 30%. Holding this abdominal contraction gently, just feel your breath broad and wide into your ribs and back. Now you've mastered this position, we can do the same thing again but in the lying face up or supine position. Lying on the floor, face up to the ceiling, just bend your knees up with your feet hip width apart, keeping your knees in line with your toes. Just imagine you're lengthening through your whole spine from your tailbone to the very top of your head. If your neck feels a little stretched, just place a small cushion or towel underneath it to get your neck and chin relaxed. To get your pelvis and back into neutral, place your hands on your hip bones and gently tilt your pelvis under and then forward, as if you're imprinting your back into the floor and then gently arching away from the floor. Make the movement smaller and smaller until you come to that neutral position, so your back is slightly curved away from the floor and your hip bones are level. Keeping your fingers on your hip bones, now just roll your fingers into your stomach, keeping your stomach nice and relaxed. Inhale, and as you exhale, just draw in on your corset or your TA muscle, and you should feel the contraction deep under your fingertips. Do this a few times and get used to the feeling, and remember to only draw in to about 30%. Don't forget to relax your shoulders and lengthen through your spine to the top of your head, keeping your chest open and breathing into your back broad and wide. Now take your arms down to your sides and keep yourself in neutral, keeping the TA engaged, gently drawing your navel towards your spine. This is the neutral position with TA engaged that we're going to use for all the exercises when lying down.